Good evening, guys. Welcome to the show. Welcome to It's Not an Orb, It's Dust show with myself, Peter N, and Kathy, and Trevor, and Lynda. So what we do this week, we'll do a quick introduction to ourselves as well, as per Trevor's request last week. My name's Peter N, and I've been investigating now the paranormal for 27 years. I originate, obviously, from outside of Canada. I haven't got a Canadian accent, as you can probably tell. I was born in London, England, and I started investigating over there, a lot of heritage buildings and stuff like that. And then lived in Australia and New Zealand for a few years and did some investigating out there as well. Emigrated to Canada 14 years ago. I was a part of TAPS. I was the director of TAPS for a few years. I'm a three-time co-author, co-creator of the award-winning show We Want to Believe, and documenting investigator for an ordained exorcist down in Washington State, and co-founder of the Canadian Paranormal Society.
All right, and that takes up our time for the show today.
That's the hour over. And then I'll pass the mic over to Kathy.
Oh, goody. well, I think most of us are going to pale after that one. Awesome. Well,
my name's Kathy. That's it.
I'm Kathy Rogers. I am located in Edmonton, Alberta. I am I used to be a paranormal investigator. I'm also a psychic medium. So I have my own show on Wednesdays on the Oracle Intuitions channel, where we do live readings on the show. But I was a paranormal investigator for about 10 years. Geez, I don't know really what else to add to that. Help me out. I think that's good.
You like walks in the park in autumn?
Yeah, long walks on the beach.
There you go. See, there you go. Trevor.
Trevor Palmer. I am the executive director of Western Idaho Paranormal. That's what this is. And I've been a paranormal investigator for about 11 years now, and mostly just happy and honored to be here amongst all you fine people.
Where are you located, Trevor?
I am located in exotic Caldwell, Idaho. So it's a little town outside of Boise. Lots of nothing. Idaho's great. I love Idaho. Don't get me wrong. It's fantastic here. So, but yeah, I'm over towards the Boise area, and we're one of, if not the largest paranormal team in Idaho. So, yeah.
Yeah.
Nice. Help me out here.
Lynda.
I also like long walk on the beach, and
yeah.
I'm an Aries, and yeah.
I'm an Aquarius.
Yeah, size 11 shoe. Yeah, I get it. Lynda.
Well, I'm a Taurus, and I really like the fall. And well, okay, so I'm Lynda Carino. I can't beat you, Pete. I'm Lynda Carino. I'm the executive director and founder of the Georgina Paranormal Society. I reside in beautiful downtown Keswick, which is in Georgina, and we are about an hour north of Toronto, the big city. Originally from Montreal, I have been doing paranormal investigating for 41 years. So I know, right? I'm an oldie. But I used to be with the Toronto Ghosts and Hauntings Research Society. I was the assistant director there. But Georgina Paranormal has been alive and well for 10 years. And I love what we all do. So there you go. Oh, and I was on Paranormal Survivor, too.
You're on a show now, too. What's the show that you're doing now?
Yeah, I do a weekly lifestyle show. Very local, called Georgina Life, and I'm the host of Georgina Life. So we're live on Mondays and Wednesdays. So doing a live show, you can't screw up, but we do anyway, and we have fun. So
I think we're all pretty used to live shows. Hey, like that's the nice thing, is that I think we all pretty much have that live show background or something.
Yes.
Yeah, I can't. I've tried working off a script before on other shows, and it just doesn't feel right. There's no personalities in it whatsoever. Like you're just, you're punching off what they've written down and stuff like that, and you're dying to, you're dying to drag the conversation somewhere else, but you're forbidden to do so, kind of thing. So
Yes.
So yeah, no, great. Yeah, we thought we'd change it up a bit, and I think that this will be probably the last show we have until the new year now, because of obviously next week being no, it's not. Is it next week, Christmas?
No, we
No,
got.
week
I think it's
after.
like
No,
in a
we got
couple
one more
weeks.
week.
Yeah.
Oh God, my brain, Jesus. Anyway,
Honestly, Trevor or Peter, I've been running on like a day before or a day after or something for the last few months. Like I'll think it's Friday and it's like Saturday.
I know. It just Anyway,
That happened to me too. There must be a glitch in the matrix somewhere.
I think so.
I think so. So we will be back next week for another show. I apologize for that. So this week, we decided, as backed by popular demand, to do these reviews on the top 10 this and the top 10 and the best of the paranormal videos, the most scariest and stuff like that. So what we've been doing, we're looking on YouTube at some of the posts that come out that come on there from various channels, and we're basically dissecting what they've done in regard to research and adding our own comments to it as well. So this week is from the channel called News Flare. Thank you very much for letting us use your footage, and it is the top 16 scariest ghostly moments caught on camera. So,
and I did put the link into the description if anybody wants to watch the full video as well. So
I'm going to, as I'm technically minded, I'm going to bring the video up very shortly.
The heck was that?
That was a part of the video.
Oh, okay.
Told you, technically minded.
I thought that was your mind, spinning its wheels.
No. Right. Then. Any time today, Peter. Come on. There you go. Okay, so number 16, baby pushes over. And I can't find the play button on this.
It's because you're technical.
I think you just press on the middle of the screen, maybe?
There it is there. It was covered over. It was covered over by share screen. So yeah, I told you, top of the range technology with me. Anyway, baby pushes over.
I shouldn't laugh, but it was funny.
That was pretty funny. Let's play it again. You put it on instant replay. Just if you could just zoom into just the part where she gets pushed over, and we can just loop that, it'll be great. Just
it's the bit that does it with me. It's the bit that
isn't it wrong that it just I just want to laugh at that over and over again. Oh my goodness.
There we go.
It's funny every time.
I like how the mom just looks up like,
Yeah, whatever.
Oh, she's done it again. Perhaps that one will make it on YouTube. I don't know. So, what do you think, guys?
go ahead, Trev.
Okay, so I watched this a few times, and I don't believe it's paranormal. I think this is some clever video editing. The lack of reaction from the mom was one reason. There was absolutely no shock there. There was no oh my gosh, what was that? She's not looking around as to what happened. There's several video programs out there that can be used to do this. One is called After Effects. They can use things called masking or photoscoping, and you can actually remove a person from the video where you don't need green screen or green suit or anything like that, and the program will fill everything in behind them, so you can have somebody like another child in there or even a pet and push that person over, and it'll look like nothing was there.
Right.
So that's kind of my take. I think it's some talented video editing with readily available software.
Lynda?
Fair. I think so. I watched this multiple times too, Trevor, and I don't think it's paranormal at all. I don't. I kept seeing this kid falling over and thinking, yeah, this is not paranormal. And the reason too was, again, the reaction of the mom. What reaction?
Yeah.
Exactly. Or lack of.
Exactly. Yeah. It didn't seem paranormal to me. How about you? Yeah. How about you, Kathy?
No, when I saw it, I didn't get that. I don't know. I said, sometimes I'll watch these videos and I'll get a cold feeling. That's kind of my indication when something is paranormal, right? And this just left me going, huh, okay. But it was like Trevor said, like you said, mostly the mom's lack of reaction, because usually, if the kid is like, boom, you're going to be like up, usually like there's going to be some sort of reaction or reaction from the kid, or, obvious. And the thing is with the video ending the way it did, like there's no, after, I guess you'd be kind of more skeptical, because at that point, if they had a couple of seconds, maybe more of a reaction, you could kind of get an idea of what was going on. But the fact of where it was edited or cut out kind of just says, no. I mean, I don't know if anybody was deliberately pushing the kid over, but it's a toddler. They tend to quite often on their own anyway. I don't know. What do you think, Peter?
I think the same. I'm with Trevor, and I'll tell you why. Because there's the bit where the toddler's running towards that so-called demon, and just stops dead. Look, just stops dead, like completely stops momentum. If that was something pushing someone back, their legs will still have gesture in it, and it doesn't really make much sense in relation to the way the body is. And obviously the parent is where the parent's looking over as well, and there's no concern from the parent whatsoever. Like she's looking away as well. And
the
like,
other thing is too,
poor little Timmy's just been pushed over by a demon.
Well, it's also interesting too when you keep playing that back. It looks like the mom is almost looking at the toddler, and as the baby flies back, simultaneously her head goes back too. Go back and look at that. It just didn't look quite natural.
So what do you think in the audience, guys? I'd love to see your comments. Just let us know what you're thinking as well.
The other thing that makes me hesitant as well, I'm looking at where the video camera is placed. And for me personally, if I was going to set up video surveillance in my house, there's no doors, there's a baby gate, but it's like, why are you just randomly observing your living room with security? That doesn't make any sense to me personally. I mean, that's just the way
I can actually answer that one, because in my house I have security cameras in my house, but I don't just use them for security because I'm gone. When I'm gone a lot, I can just peek in and check in on my kids.
Right.
So I have like a camera that's up in my upstairs area. I have a camera that's in my kitchen, in my living room. And so I can kind of just monitor what's going on inside the house. But yeah, I agree. It's, I think the whole thing is kind of just stage set up and edited.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, then moving on to 15. Ghost Kitty vanishes on camera. Dun, dun, dun.
I have a few cats I wish would disappear like that. And it's gone.
Aw.
I know, but they're cats and they tear up my house and whatever.
What are your thoughts, Lynda?
Trevor. When I saw this the first time, I thought, well, maybe he went in the bushes. It just seemed to me that, I don't know. I don't really know that he disappeared. I don't know. Can we see it again? Yeah, I don't know. I mean, they're fast creatures. I'm not sure that that's totally paranormal. Yeah.
I think that it's the camera. I think that there's a problem with the camera because it's not because if they've got there's infrared bulbs on there.
Yeah.
You get like sometimes you get on cameras that they don't fully see the full on cheap like nanny cams and stuff like that, they lose a lot of the vision on there as well. And I honestly think that there's a fault with the camera. I don't think that's paranormal at all because when you see the cat disappear, it's almost as if that there's like a matrix.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying that someone used like software to induce that or anything like that, but when you see it creates like a shadow pattern along the bottom, which for me, I think that there's a legitimate issue with the camera. Cathy?
I think so too. I think it's just a camera glitch, to be honest. That's what it looks like for me.
Trevor?
I think the cat got sucked into a portal and is in an alternate dimension.
Pigment cat.
You're just wanting that to happen. That's what it is.
I keep hoping to open the vortex and suck the cats up.
Okay.
When we are looking at like security cameras, and especially we're getting like these like Ring and Nest and all these doorbell cams and stuff like that. Some of them are designed to work very well in the daylight. Yeah. And they have really good high definition in the daylight. And unless you have a very high quality camera, you're not going to have that kind of definition at night. And you got to look at the frame rates of the camera, and not to mention the upload, the network that you're using and stuff like that, because you're going to lose a lot of data. At nighttime, especially when things are moving across camera, you're going to lose some of that data. And I think that's just what's happening here. The cat is still there. The camera's just not able to pick it up.
You can tell though the cat is a shapeshifter because of the glowing eyes.
Okay, moving on. Full team.
Demon cats. I knew it. The cats are demons.
The glowing eyes means he's
Anybody
a demon.
watching Supernatural will get that reference.
Yeah. Okay, then moving on to 14.
All right.
Ghost caught on camera walking through traffic.
I just wish there was a speed bump sound every time a car went through him.
Oh my God. What do you think?
Whose turn is it? Peter, it's your turn. What do you think?
It's animated. Like the way, like look at the way the body's walking across the road.
Mm-hmm.
The camera's like really bad as well, and it looks like a cartoon. And look at the guy there, like mounting his bike. It's jumping from frame to frame, and you can see the guy on his bike like moving around just by block, but these guys fluently walking across the road. Well,
not to mention, look at the line in the middle of the road and how it cuts out the bike right there. See how the line is going through the cars, right? So clearly these are two images that have been superimposed on each other.
Yeah,
and
there's been some editing going on for sure.
Yeah, I've seen other videos like this that were better done.
Yeah, unfortunately. Lynda?
Agreed. The first thing I thought of when I saw this the first time was superimposition. I thought, okay, come on. Somebody superimposed something over something else and it can't possibly be real. Yeah. And I still think that. I mean, and the fact that, it just looks like an animated cartoon.
It does. It's too real. And then you look at this guy here on his motorcycle.
Yeah.
And what he's doing. Like, it's all kind of, it's frame by frame by frame rather than because it's a really poor camera.
Yeah.
Anyway,
like I said, the dead giveaway is the line on the pavement is going right through the middle of that motorcycle. I mean,
That's true.
it's not real.
yeah.
It's true.
Kathy?
Oh yeah, no, I totally agree. Especially with that line. You can tell that there's been something superimposed for sure.
Yeah.
Okay, 13. Oh, that's ghostly. It's gone back to 14. Ghost Rider.
You know, I've heard of self-driving cars before, but this is ridiculous.
Oh my God. No, there's the cat from the other video.
Driving it.
Yeah.
There
he is.
So looking at this, I tend to think that either he was edited out. But I'm also thinking too, if the rider was wearing dark clothing, we might not be able to, it might not be shown. I don't know. Let it go by the car for a second again. Let's see. Kind of hard to say. Like, I don't think it's real. They did something with it, I'm pretty sure.
I know, he could have just fallen off the bike about a kilometer away, and it's just...
Well, and that's just, there is that part where it's like, it kind of, there's that skip in the video or whatever, it kind of, the lag right there, and he could have fallen off. And I mean, motorcycles will continue on by themselves for sure, but I was trying to see if you could see the shadow of a rider as it cut the headlights, but I mean, I think it's clever. I think it's very clever editing. Again, so.
Perhaps it's Evel Knievel hanging off the other side of the bike.
Maybe it is. Yeah. Maybe it's a mouse riding a motorcycle. He's just too small. We can't see him.
That's true. That's true.
Peter?
Lynda?
Yeah, I don't think it's real. I don't think it's real at all. The first time I saw it, I thought, okay, first of all, who's recording this? Why are they recording this?
Well, it's been taken off of a CCTV camera because you've got the data on footage at the top. But
it's not real. Forget it. I mean, there's no way. And I thought the same thing. I thought, okay, who fell off a bike and it just kept going?
I know. It looks like the bike is there. Like, it looks like it's a part of, because you've got the same, like if you look at the bike and you look at the fence railings along there, it's the same kind of pixelation. So it hasn't been added to the image whatsoever. And it's the same with this, well, it looks like a pot there as well. And it's kind of blurred as well. So I'm saying it is on there. So whether he's fallen off the bike or he's been digitally removed somehow,
like I said, there is a program out there, and there's a couple different ones. And the one that I've learned most about lately is called After Effects. Yeah. It is designed that you can edit out objects and people in photos or video after the videos are made. So you can go in and you basically you use a tool called rotoscoping. You basically draw a line around the object or the person that you want to remove.
You can get them on your phone as well. And
it'll take that person out, and then you can have a program that if the person is moving or the object is moving, it'll actually track with that person as they're moving and keep it moved out. And then the software blends the background together to make it look whole. And it's very clear and it's really cool, but it's absolutely detrimental to what we're trying to do as far as like when we're trying to post real evidence. Now everybody's like, oh, you're using these programs. So
thumbs down from everyone.
Thumbs down for everyone. Yeah.
Okay, then moving on, we have 12. Ghost whispers, "I kill you." You guys hear that?
Yeah. It was that cat. That cat came back.
Okay, what do you think?
So here's the thing. I mean, honestly, if we had a full vision of the doorway, like a full vision, but I mean, in this case, anybody could be, knelt down behind, like below the camera, or like it's really hard to say. It's not that hard for anybody to be like jiggling the handle or turning the handle. There's no reference otherwise. Like, it would be neat to know if there was footsteps walking up to the door or what happened after, but just to hear that, it kind of sounds to me like somebody was just perched below the camera, and very easily could have just said what they did.
So with me, obviously, if you've got a doorbell intercom, the door has to ring first before you pick it up.
Nope.
No?
Nope. Not, at least not on mine. So mine reports sound all the time.
I'm thinking like how does would someone just randomly like look outside and then they hear a voice? It's like what
so
happens
on my system, like it's all in the settings. So I get an alert if it picks up a sound or if it sees a person.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, you can go back, and depending on how your settings are, it'll record and store those sounds and the video that went along with it for X amount of time. So you can go back and review it. So if somebody breaks my car window, it may not see a person, but it'll pick up that sound and alert me that I heard a noise, and I can go in and say, oh, this is what happened, and this is what time it happened. So
if someone sent this to me, I would definitely obviously question it and stuff like that, but I would be interested in pursuing it in regard, like obviously if the person's legitimate as well, because I had an investigation about 12 years ago in Vancouver, and it's a famous hotel in Vancouver. I won't mention names or anything like that, where they had an old dumb waiter intercom at the bottom of the hotel, and they would hear voices coming through the dumb waiter. If they just left it on static and they left it running over, that they would hear voices coming through, and they would hear like full conversations and stuff like that, and it kind of connects to like radio frequencies, that kind of thing. So I believe in that theory. But for this video, you don't know until you investigate it, I guess. So I'm on the fence. I won't say it's paranormal for 1 minute, but I would definitely be interested in pursuing this if someone sent this to me.
Right. Lynda?
Yeah, I agree. Because like Kathy, when I saw this the first time, I thought, well, who's to say that somebody is not crouched down and saying that?
Yeah.
But I mean, if the person who recorded this swears, on 20 Bibles that no, there was nobody there at the time, et cetera, then yeah, I mean, I would definitely follow up. But who's to say that nobody's crouching down and saying that?
I think I'd be interested in knowing, backstory.
Yeah.
All of that. Because, for some, if you're just a normal run-of-the-mill family, why is Ghost saying he wants to kill you in the first place? Like, what is the history of the place? What is the background of the people that live there? Yeah. All of that stuff. Because that's not a normal thing to just have appear at your front door. There's got to be something behind that. You would hope, right?
You would hope, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, then moving on to 11.
It's my turn. That's okay. I'll just sit here quietly.
Okay.
So out of all the videos that this is shown to me, if I just take this at face value, is the most plausible. And EVPs are the most common type of evidence that we get as paranormal investigators. The quality of it, the way that it kind of sounds, is fairly accurate for an EVP. It's not too bad. What it said, I agree. It's kind of like, oh wow, that's a little dark and kind of straightforward. And I'm with everybody else. I mean, like Pete said, if somebody sent this to me, this would get me going, okay, I want to go and take a look and see what's going on here.
Yeah.
However, there is a slew of videos from like Ring and Nest and stuff like that, these doorbell cams of neighbors sneaking over and pranking them. So, the person that posted this very well may have heard this voice. It very well may have been, a person that has snuck over off camera and is just messing with them too. So definitely need more information and stuff like that. But however, it would be worth looking into.
100%.
My neighbor was saying that he wanted to kill me. I want to know. So
Hey, then, moving on to 11.
Oh,
What was that? Sorry. Oh, that's not paranormal.
nope.
Cabinet spontaneously combust. I've seen that in bars over the years. With
I've seen that happen too. Mm-hmm.
temperature differential where you've got outside that's really hot and you've got the fridge that's really cold, and you've got that mix. And if there's a broken seal around the glass, it will cause that. You've seen them on shower, like I don't know if you guys have seen it on shower enclosures and stuff like that as well, where they shatter, and it's quite common with things like that.
Yeah, that's where I've seen it. I was mopping a bathroom at the fire station, and I heard. I think somebody showered recently, and I heard this cracking, and I went in there, and the whole shower door just, and I was like, whoa. So not paranormal.
No, not paranormal.
Or paranormal, Cathy? Agree?
No. I think we talked about this on another video. I used to be a bartender, and you see heat fluctuations all the time. That hot and that cold variation can cause that shattering. I mean, we don't know if they had air conditioning on, or we don't know the circumstance. It's not paranormal though. You see that often.
Yeah. Okay. Man disappears into thin air.
I love at the very end, the gal that he's talking to just trying to repeat, and she's so unimpressed by it. It's pretty funny.
It does look. Sorry, Cathy, what do you think?
No, you guys go first. I'm kind of just looking.
Trevor.
I think we're back to what we saw with the cat. You have a very, very poor quality. I say poor quality. Yeah, very poor quality video. Clearly, this camera is probably not a real high-end camera. It doesn't have real high-end infrared. Wasn't really designed to operate at high definition at night. And I think we're just losing him. And I think it's a frame rate issue. And I don't think it's paranormal.
The thing is, the camera's following him. Like if it was a security camera, wouldn't it be stable?
Well, I feel like the person is filming a screen, and
they're filming it off the screen.
Oh, I see. Okay. I don't know. I mean, it's interesting because when you look at him, I mean, he does look like he's wearing some sort of old-fashioned knickers or something like that. I do find that a little bit fascinating, but I still think it's pixelation or something like that. I don't think it's paranormal.
Lynda?
Yeah, I found it hard to believe that it was paranormal as well. And I sort of, at the end, it looks like there's a shadow or something like that. So I don't think he disappears into thin air, but I think...
Is this area here where you look at the end where it disappears?
Yeah, and there's a shadow or something there. I thought, well, that's just a poor quality camera.
Yeah, like if you look, it could be dark, like just darkness through the camera, because it doesn't allow you to really watch until it goes to the end where the light is, because we don't know if he just emerges again.
Right.
Yeah. I think that image looks too animated to me, the way it walks.
Mm-hmm.
I'm in the agreement that it's been fabricated. I don't think that there's a problem with the camera.
No.
Just the way the so-called person's walking. it's like, I don't know. But anyway, we're all kind of in consensus that it's not legit.
Yeah.
Okay, then number 9 just disappears. There we go. Teleporting cat. Wow.
Wow.
They got 2 cats.
Well, I mean, there's that, and then you have. I'm sorry. I'm just gonna go because this one drove me nuts
Go
because
for it. Go
I
for
don't
it.
even know why this made it onto anybody's top 10 list. I mean, one, yeah, you've got the possibility of 2 cats. What? Nobody has 2 cats. And then the other thing is you've got a stationary camera with no timestamp or anything like that. All you got to do is hit pause on your recording, let the cat walk around to the other door, and it comes out, and hit record again, and there you go. So this is like it's super easy to fake, super easy to hoax. Yeah, I was a little disappointed in this one. And not just because it has to do with a cat. So,
No, I agree. You know what I thought immediately? I thought, yeah, why is this even here? Because when you look at that, you can see that there are 2 doorways, right? So I thought, well, of course, you can't see where the cat went. The cat went all the way around, went all the way through the doorway, and then emerged through the second doorway.
yeah. Not a brain buster.
No, not paranormal.
It was funny because I actually had to watch it a couple of times and I was trying to figure out what the hell was going on. Like, I was like, well, wait a minute, where's the paranormal thing? Like, I see the cat, but I'm like, I don't get it. I was like, oh, this is paranormal? Like, no, this is nothing. Like, that was the way I was looking at it.
Me too.
Yeah. Same here. It's obviously staged or there's another cat.
Yeah.
Okay, number 8. Ghost caught on camera. Trevor.
I believe what you're seeing is probably a cobweb that's kind of blowing near the lens of the camera. Don't think it's paranormal. We've seen that. I've seen that before, and that's typically what it is. It looks really cool, and a lot of people think, "Oh, I'm seeing a mist. I'm seeing a ghost." It's just a cobweb. It's just really close to it. So
I'm going to agree with that because of the fact too is that when you look at it, there's like an orb thing that goes just ahead of it. So if it was blowing, you know, the camera's not going to identify a spider if there was something attached to it, like a spider with the web. You know, that would be very, very easy to be able to catch on camera.
I'm the same. I think there's an obstruction there.
Lynda?
You know, when I looked at it at first, I thought, well, I've seen things like that before as well in some of the things that we've shot. So I was kind of thinking, well, you know, I'd want to do it again. I'd want to watch it again. I think it might be a cobweb. Yeah, I don't know. I can't say definitively that it's paranormal. I'd like to think it was.
yeah, we'd love that. Yeah, that'd be great.
But yeah, I mean, I don't know. It could very well be a cobweb. It's something you'd have to watch again, and you'd have to know the backstory as well. You'd have to know all of that information.
I kind of like the fact that we're doing this because we all get, you know, hundreds of photos per year. And so, or videos, you know, of somebody who is just vacuumed and, you know, claiming that there's demons running around their living room with all the orbs and the dust and whatever. So it's kind of, you know, it kind of gives viewers an idea of how we decipher if something is paranormal or not paranormal. Like, when they're sending these videos, before they send them in, ask yourself, was there wind? Was there this? Could it be a camera glitch? I mean, it's very easy to do.
It is. I've had a few of those sent to me over the years, and usually with things like that, when they get sent to me, it's like, what else happens? If it's just that, you've hit the nail across the head. And 99.9% of the time, there is an obstruction to the camera, and by the quality of the camera as well, it's probably nearer to the camera where it's further away, because the fact it's not picking up an actual characteristic of what's causing that blur. But I would normally follow up what else happens, and if it's not, I would conclude that I believe that it would be a spider's web or something obstructing. But you'll probably get, I don't believe you, and I believe it's a demon, and that's it. And
didn't you see the demonic face in it?
I know, but then you've wasted 20 minutes of your valuable time just to tell a client that it's not a ghost or it's not Uncle Fred, and they don't believe you anyway.
Well, and I think the important thing that you touched on a little bit too, Peter, is that just because what they're sending us, we say no, that's not paranormal, doesn't mean that you're not experiencing paranormal activity in your home.
Yeah.
It doesn't mean that we wouldn't believe that maybe you have a haunting. It just means that piece of evidence that you showed us isn't evidence that we can explain that. There may be other things going on, which is why they're looking for this stuff to begin with.
Yep.
But we have to come in and we have to actually have definitive evidence, good evidence that we can present.
Exactly.
True.
Okay, then moving on to 7, which is London Underground. Ghost sighting at train station.
I was waiting for a jump scare on this one.
No.
Oh, okay. Well, why can that not be just a person?
Right.
All right. I'll wait my turn this time.
Go ahead, Trev.
You want me to go?
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right. So Pete, go back to just play the whole thing before it goes to that image. And I want you to just pay very close attention to the tunnel, okay? And as it starts to move away, just pay really close attention. Okay. Right before that, did anybody see anything pop out?
No.
There was a matrixing just before the image popped out. Like right. No. Sorry.
See, I watched this one with my wife a few times because I don't see anything move at all.
No. Because
this pops out like clear over from the side. It almost looks like that image of Bigfoot that everybody posts, it's kind of got that stance to it. But I think that was added after the fact. I don't think there was anything there at all. And I think that image was added. That's my opinion.
You could be right. I was waiting for the jump scare too. And I don't see how that could be paranormal. Why can't that just be a person?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah. So this photo here, what we were first looking at, is that supposed to be the before and then they zoomed in on this thing, or is this, I'm kind of confused here.
Right.
I'm thinking it was like a replay. So, because you can see where it was panning over,
what I was wondering.
and then it zooms in for the replay. That's why I think it was added after the fact, because you don't see anything moving in there.
Yeah.
The camera shifts away and there's nothing there. Then all of a sudden it slows down and you see something there. It's like it's been added. Like there's nothing there, and then when you see it shift away, there's nothing there. Like for that split second,
there's nothing there.
nothing.
Yeah.
Not a sausage.
Not a sausage.
It's a sad day when there's not a
I'll
saucer.
tell you something about London Underground though. London Underground is spooky as shit. There is a lot of people that live down there that are off the beaten track, that are off the grid. There's
Yeah.
miles and miles of the underground that that's not even used, and it predates. Some of the areas predate to even like pre-Victorian times and stuff like that, where you've got disused train stations and stuff like that, where areas have just been bricked up. There's a lot of people that live around there that have just gone off the grid in relation to that, and there's a lot of ghosts around there as well because they used the London Underground during the Second World War as bomb shelters and stuff like that. That's where all the folks from London. My grandmother actually went. She used to go to one in Lambeth. An underground station during the war as well. That is that's been digitally added, 100%.
Yeah,
it's too like the way it kind of peers around the corner as well. It's just like, come on, it looks too it's
Go
been
back.
added.
If you ever Google Bigfoot images, the most famous one that they ever had, of them walking in the woods.
Them walking, yeah.
It looks just like that.
It does.
It
Look,
looks just like that.
the person, it looks like a woman's waving as well. Hi.
It's like dragging a kid in tow. Get out here.
Yeah, silly.
funny.
Yeah, it's great.
So scary.
Okay, we're all in the consensus of that then.
Yeah, for sure.
And then number 6, pay attention to the pane of glass leaning against the wardrobe.
Okay. So that's just somebody with a camera. Oh. Okay.
The hand on Natalie's face. So it's obviously the woman.
Yeah, it'll play it like super slow towards the end.
Oh, there.
Apparently there's a hand on her face. You see the ghostly face in the glass before. And the hand on that. Okay, sorry, yeah, you're right.
It'll go like frame by frame here in a second, I think.
Oh, right there. Supposed to be the ghost.
Wait, hold on a second. You'll start to see it. It'll be there anytime now. Just wait. any moment now, we're gonna see the ghostly face.
Yeah.
I couldn't make heads or tails under that.
I think it's pareidolia, and I think it's just the reflection with the light reflection and stuff like that.
So when you watch it like on a good high def deal, you can see what looks like a shadowy hand that's kind of like doing this on her face.
Mm-hmm.
The problem I have with it is you got that light source. Anytime you have a source of light like that and mirrors and reflections and things like that, it is going to do some weird stuff. And you're going to get weird shadows in places.
It creates shadows as well.
Shadow.
I think, yeah.
Yeah, I think that's just a shadow on her face, like you said, Trev, right?
Yeah. And I watched it a bunch of times, and it looks like a hand kind of, and I didn't really see it like morph into a claw or anything. There is some smudging on the mirror, and it looked that kind of, you can kind of like Pete was saying, there's some pareidolia going on. There's some matrixing that looks sort of like a face, but I think it's just shadow play.
Yeah, I agree.
Cathy, same?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Okay, perfect. Then moving on. Number 5, golem-like creature in Canadian woods.
No, that's a cow. Definitely not a golem, just a cow.
It's what's behind him.
Oh, okay. You mean the smudge on the windshield?
Get out.
The white thing in the trees there, I think, is what he's talking about.
Yeah.
That could be almost anything blowing around there. If it got up and walked around.
I know exactly what that is. So
What is it?
Exactly what it is.
it's a smudge on the windshield. That's all it is. It's just a smudge on the windshield. If you go back and you watch the camera and how in reference to the dashboard, the camera is moving around. That thing isn't moving. It's just staying right with the dashboard. It's right on the windshield. It's just a smudge on the windshield. I've seen that video a few times, and it took me a minute, and I'm like, oh, wait a minute. It's just they hit a bug, and that's all it is. It's just a smudge on the windshield. It looks cool, but that's all it is.
I don't think it moves enough in relation to how they're moving the camera around. If it was a bug,
no, it's a dead bug.
Yeah, no. What I'm saying is, if you've got something that's stuck on your windscreen and you're moving the camera around, but the characteristics of that splatter will not change, and it is moving around in relation. Not so much the angle, but what you see is it looks like what people are envisioning is someone's arm moving around, and it's almost as if he's going like that. If it was a bug, it wouldn't. In my eyes, it wouldn't do that. I think that there's. I think it's pareidolia. I think that there's something there, like probably a garbage bag or something like that. Personally,
huh?
I think
this is where I'm wondering. I mean, I guess if they just took the video and then discovered this thing just lurking around later, maybe. But again, the video cuts off. Like, I mean, if you were in that car and you saw this thing in the woods, would you not be like, wait a minute, I ain't going nowhere until I see that thing attack that cow? Like, I want to see what's going on, right? Like, you're not going to get off the video at that point. Like, I'm going to be curious, like, foot on gas, maybe, ready to go. But at the same time, you're not just going to watch it look around the bushes. There's no before, there's no after. And I mean, I just, if you saw something like that in the woods, you're going to be like, what the hell's going on? You're going to be questioning it, right?
I kind of wonder if they even noticed it to begin with. I think they were just filming the cow. Maybe
yeah.
That had something to do with it.
I agree. Yeah, I mean, all right. So I like to think that this one might be, and the reason I say that is because up here we have that looks exactly like what people describe as the skinwalker creature we have up here, which is like a naked man on all fours. That's kind of walking on all fours. So yeah, I mean, I agree. Context, but maybe they just discovered it after. Who knows? But
it's always on a blurry image as well.
It's very blurry. Yeah, it's very blurry. Yeah,
it's a shape-shifting cat.
Right.
Number
He
4.
lost his hair.
This hotel is definitely haunted. This is like at a rave. I like this.
I know, right?
Like a fun house or something.
Yeah.
Isn't it the same effect you got watching like Battlestar Galactica when they were taking?
Yeah. Star Wars. Hyperspeed.
That was it.
Yeah, that was it.
Oh,
how do you know it's haunted? Who's playing with the lights?
I think they need to call an electrician.
I know there's a number of logical reasons behind that.
Yeah.
For the fire exit door, it could be them as well. I say no. No. Everyone says no.
Everybody says no.
Okay, then number 3.
See, the exit light on that one isn't even going off and on.
Right.
Well,
we saw a self-driving motorcycle earlier, so went on a self-driving wheelchair too.
There's 2 self-driving wheelchairs.
They're everywhere.
Wait for me.
I I watched a documentary about this on Amazon Prime
Right.
probably about 3 years ago.
Mhm.
And it discussed about haunted hospitals and stuff like that. And I believe that I don't believe it's a ghost, but I believe that there's no manipulation in that footage whatsoever. Like there's no faking it whatsoever. There could be 101 reasons why that wheelchair moved, like you know, a grade issue in the slab.
That was my
We quite often do that as well.
You can see the security guard watching it as well, being like, what the hell is going on? You
Yeah.
know, which I find kind of curious, right?
Yeah.
And especially being in the hospital, well, you know, they're probably not going to get away with too much nonsense there. Like,
Yeah.
you know, like
Right.
you can't be screwing around with that, right?
No.
So, I mean, I do think it happened, whether it's paranormal.
Yeah, we don't know.
I mean, if a hospital is known for that, if it's been known to have paranormal incidents, or if this isn't the first time.
Yep. Okay.
Agreed.
What do you think,
Trevor?
Lynda?
Lynda?
Yeah, I agree. I totally agree. I mean, I've seen footage like that before many times, and yeah, whether or not it's paranormal, we don't know. But
No, we don't. That's the thing. And like you would like obviously I work in a hospital as well, and there's a
Yes.
lot of weird shit that goes on in there. I wouldn't discount any health institution wouldn't be haunted at all with the amount of energy that goes on in there. But you'd look at the obvious first. You'd look at the floor and see whether it's level and stuff like that. And quite honestly, the older hospitals these days, things like that happen all the time. Like things get moved around departments and stuff like that. I'm going through the same thing on one of my projects at the moment where the floor's just, you know, it's just not straight. So, yeah. Trevor, agree?
Yeah. I'm with you. That was my first thought, Pete. What's the grade of the pavement there? And you know, maybe just even a hint of a breeze could get that thing moving. I also agree. I don't think this was faked intentionally or anything like that. I don't think that anybody was trying to hoax it. I think it's cool. You know, and yeah, just need more. You know, needs more investigation and more info.
More meat and bones. Okay. Number 2. Ghost child runs through car park.
Okay.
Trevor?
Again, we're dealing with a low quality camera at night. I've got a lot of light flare, stuff like that. I think this is nothing more than a bug or a cobweb that's moving across the camera, the field of view. I don't think it's a paranormal at all.
I don't know if you look at between the like when right there.
That's what I'm looking at as well, Kathy.
Yeah, it's a very low quality camera. I mean, it definitely could be a kid running through the parking lot, but when you look at where the kid stopped, or when you stopped, you got to move it a little further. Move it a little further. Keep going. Make him run. Make him run. Stop. You can see where the pixelation is almost the exact same, but you can definitely see a solid figure. But I mean, I'm going to go with probably it was a kid running through there, but that pixelation, it's so degraded that, and you know, and as you get further to the, I guess, left or whatever, it's even more degraded. Like it almost pixels itself out. So
the other problem you have, if you go back to the beginning of it, and if you watch where it comes from, I mean, it's starting high up, and you can see it cross the windshield of the car. You know, and it's kind of coming down at a diagonal. You know, again, that's why I think it's something more floating through the air than running across the ground.
Yeah, I
didn't see that part. Oh, I see what you're talking about.
I've got like this bit here where you've got two cars. You've got the bonnet of one car there, and then you've got the other car there, and you've got where it runs through. It doesn't line up with both the cars.
Mm-hmm.
So it's either been added or that there's a problem with the camera.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
One or two, because the form, I know it's like semi-form when it runs past the camera, but it's almost as if when it gets to this part here, it all falls to bits where they've tried to collage both the images together, whether it's a problem with the camera or not. But that being said, even if you've got a full image, then a half image, that's telling me, look, you've got a full image there, that there's something wrong with the camera. So
Totally.
yeah, I don't think it's paranormal in short at all.
Not at all. Nope, not at all. Agree.
Okay, so next, number one. Spooky moment, chairs move by themselves.
Now we have self-driving chairs. Oh my goodness.
Kind of reminds me of you watch those videos of people in the wheelchairs playing like hockey or something like that through the hallways, or chair hockey or whatever. That's what it reminds me of.
Yep.
What do you think?
Hard to say. I mean, I'd like to think that it was paranormal. Things like that used to happen when I worked at the local school board. Honestly. And the janitorial staff would say, yeah, we didn't move your chairs. And they were always moved. So I'd like to think that it was real, but I mean, I don't know. Are there invisible strings there? Are there people moving them? I don't know. I'd like to think it was real. I would like to. How's that?
I would too. The only thing that I'm hesitant about too is, there's some bottles sitting there. There's a lot of things that whatever it was could easily create, more ruckus with, or have, you know what I mean? Like, if you're going to move the chair, why not knock the bottles over at the same time? Like, it just seems kind of very chair focused, I guess, is the best word.
Chair focused. Yeah, it is chair.
There's other things to be messing with.
Well, they're moving the chairs. They're having a ghost conference, and they need the chairs for seating.
Right. So they all got to round themselves out. And I think, though, it would be hard with a string to do.
Yes.
What they are, like when you see that chair twirl, I think that would be a little harder to do with a string, because when you think about it, a string is going to go like that. Even if it's tied around the back of the chair, it's going to swing right away. It's going to be hard to, unless you've got two strings and you're like puppeteering the thing. I don't know, but it doesn't look like, I think it would be hard to do with a string, to be honest, like one string.
Yeah, it would be.
And also too, you're taking the risk of it knocking over or just falling over, right?
Yeah, that's true.
That's a like that with me. I'm not sure.
Right? It's a
Yeah.
What do you think, Trevor?
Like I've been in investigations where objects like this are moved. The problem I have with this is that they're all moving in the same direction. And this is where I think this was probably hoaxed. I actually think that this probably was done with a string or a rope. The way that those wheels, I don't know if you've ever moved like an office chair and stuff, they're kind of like, if you just push it, depending on how those wheels are set, they'll turn and do all sorts of weird stuff. But they're all moving in the exact same direction to the same.
They're lining up to do the Macarena. That's what it is.
Exactly. They're getting on the ghost train. I don't think. I'm hesitant. I'm not going to say this is paranormal. I think that this is probably not paranormal. I think it's being hoaxed. That's my opinion.
Right.
Yep. I got two things on this, and the same to what Trevor and Lynda and Cathy as well. The fact that the chairs are going in one direction, and like you can manipulate that with the type of camera they got. You can use fishing wire, and it wouldn't even come up on the camera.
Right.
Second thing is, I work a lot in protection services, and that display at the top of the screen, that time and date has been added to that image. I'll tell you why, because it's supposed to be imposed on the actual video itself.
Right.
And just by the pixelation of the. Oh, there goes an orb. It must be a ghost. But just by the pixelation of the video and stuff like that date and timestamp at the top has been added to it for whatever reason, and the cam 2 at the bottom as well. 100%. I work with these quite a lot at work.
Yeah.
And the date and time stamps for legal reasons have to be imposed actually on the video itself, so it would be a part of the image. This has been relayed on top.
Interesting.
I did not know that. That's interesting to learn. We learned something tonight.
Yeah, we did.
Because it like if you get, it's for legal reasons. If someone breaks in and stuff like that, they have to know like the times and stuff like that. But that doesn't have anything on there.
Interesting.
Yeah. Yeah, I did not know that. That's interesting to know.
Very cool.
Did Peter disappear?
Where's my camera?
He
gone?
disappeared. He got sucked into a portal. Don't bring the cat back.
What the Jesus?
He's coming back.
There you go.
Oh, there he is.
He turned into an orb.
Okay. Okay, well, that concludes another show. I'm just trying to find the prompt button here. If you like the show, please like and subscribe to our channel and click on those notifications. And we will be back next week for another show. If you have any ideas in relation to shows, please share it with us as well. We're open to suggestions. Sorry, Trevor. And have a great week, guys. And we'll be back next week.
Take care.
Bye.
Just trying to find the end screen.
Guys.